I consider our convictions to be the sum of our past acts. Only our personal history can give a true account of our ideas and convictions. Though theoretically, we can be influenced by a certain school of thought which is different and contradictory to our personal reality. But our personal reality, in my opinion, is nothing but our past acts. My first ever film, Bread and Alley, opened with music. I mean, the first picture appeared simultaneously with music. My second film, Break Time, had no music. And for my medium-length film, Experience, I called on renowned composer Nefarious to compose an original score. He watched the film and said that it didn't need any music. It took me years to find out that my films didn't need music, or that they didn't need it as much as other films did. I gave the film Passenger to a young composer who had just returned from the United States. He composed 17 minutes of music for it, and I could hardly use 5 minutes of it. And he became quite angry, but he was young and so was I. I have to say it was a very good musical score. But this was the first time I was seriously confronted with the issue of film music. It was a very hard day trying to put all these rhythmic and harmonic sounds I had never heard before to the film. Usually we give long thought on every detail of a film, such as the subject matter, the screenplay, the actors and the settings, which we must find before filming. As for the music, we pick someone we trust and ask him to work on the music. But at the end of the day, what he gives us is something completely foreign. It's a combination of his interpretation of our ideas and our film, plus a touch of exaggeration coming from professional deformation. It's a very tricky situation when you're suddenly given a tape and you're expected to add this music to your film. Things come to a complete standstill. It's a bit like an arranged marriage. You go blindly ahead with it. In my following experiments, music was gradually omitted from my films. In Where's the Friend's Home, I chose a piece of music from Aminullah Hussain only because of the pressures exerted by some of my colleagues who had seen the film and believed that it needed some music in order to keep the viewer's attention during so-called lulls. They weren't totally wrong. Unfortunately, viewers have become accustomed to gratuitous and misplaced things. Without this conditioning, there are plenty of films that don't need to be reinforced with music. When I look at them closely, I realize that music is something which has been imposed on the film from outside by viewers' customs and the fears of the filmmaker and producer. In many films, music aims at giving viewers guidance or imposing something on them. Be happy here. Be sad here. Scared here. Move there. It's as if the director is standing by the screen like a conductor, calling on the audience to show their feelings. And the more worked up the audience gets, the more the director gets excited. I can keep the viewers on the edge of their seats. But I don't know how necessary it is to take the viewers hostage. These days, technology also helps such hostage-taking with Dolby surround sound systems and other new things. I don't know how far this game of intimidating poor viewers will go. I'd like to remind you what Nietzsche said, that which is truly deep needs a mask. Cinema is really a wonderful thing. Any viewer sitting in a seat in a dark movie theater is turned into an innocent child. And there's nothing quite as magical as light and darkness. It can send viewers into raptures.
و خب
Under the circumstances, I suppose this is akin to picking pockets in the dark.
به نظرم یک جیببری در تاریکی
By captivating the viewer, we rob him of his reason, which is even worse than emptying his pocket.
گاهی اوقات دیدم که بعضی از فیلمسازا وقتی
Sometimes when some filmmakers read their screenplay for me, and when they reach a weak part, they say they'll make up for it by using music. Or they'll get all excited and say, "We're going to kill them with the music here," which usually means overloaded with music. What I'm saying is not against music, nor am I against the appropriate use of music in cinema. I'm talking about abusing music. Music is an extremely stimulating and moving art form. Maybe that's why I have a problem with using music for stimulating and moving the viewer. In my more recent films, I've used music only at the end. The stories of my films don't have clear-cut endings. Therefore, I use a selected piece of music to help the viewer. I want to tell them, watch out. The film is coming to an end. This way of using music is a comforting sign to both myself and the viewer. At the end of one version of 10, the actress surprised me by singing a sad Persian song.
که ملودی غم انگیزی هم داشت و ورسیون اول مونتاژ فیلم رو من با
I edited that version of the film with this song for the ending.
از همون ملودی استفاده کردم.
Then I used the same melody played by the piano.
زیادی احساساتیه.
But I found that it too was over-sentimental. Finally, I changed the ending of the film by taking another sequence. I thought that the story, the actress's face, and the sad melody would overwhelm the audience. I take care not to force anything on viewers to the point where they might lose their patience. So I omitted the music, even though it had emerged from the heart of the film, and that everything justified its presence to move the viewer. But now that I'm giving these lessons on cinema, I'd like to end this one with that melody.